Hey, welcome to the web design videos. We are going to continue the case study. This is a list of suggestions how you should use this video. The notes for this video can be found at this website, and the URL is here. It is case sensitive. And so this is where we stopped last time. We in C10 Web Design 2024, we created all the subfolders. We did the visual research. We talked about the site structure. Created a color palette, which we actually use eyedropper to copy the colors here. We did a sketch. So this is what we want to achieve. Okay, the sketch, the reading is tiny bit different from what we are trying to do in Photoshop, but they are close enough. Like the gutter is 30 pixels and the total is around 100. The total is around 1200 pixels, so on and so forth. Okay. All right. And so the next step is we are actually going to draw. We also downloaded the images, from really free websites that allow you to use the images. And now we're going to do the design prototype. So go to the website, scroll down. We have a Bootstrap 4 Grid PSD template download. Click on that link. You'll bring you to another website. Okay. Hopefully this website will be around for a while. If not, you can just directly download the PSD from here. Okay, so you click download here. So whether you download the PSD file, the file from this website or from here, you will be able to get a file. Let me just drag these two files over here. Okay, you can. I did a shift drag, but you can just drag it over here. And there are two files here. One is called the artboard. Okay, so this is the first file. Okay, and another file is Excel compatible. So this is just the Excel. All right. So we are going to use the first one, the artboard. Let me close both first. Okay, before you do anything, let's make a copy of the first file. Right-click copy, right-click paste, and then rename. Right-click rename this file to index.psd. Okay, and open this index.psd in Photoshop, of course. So you open it in Photoshop. All right. So let's look at what this file is. Before we move on, let's go and turn off the grid. Okay, so you don't have the grid. We were doing grid for the color palette. That's why the grid is there. So let's switch that one off, and let's look at what we have here. Okay, so they are. You should see the layers. If not, if you don't see the layers, make sure you bring out the layers window. All right. So there are a couple of groups here. One is XL, LG, MD, and SM. As you can see, they correspond to the Bootstrap frame Okay, let me just go to the Bootstrap website. If you go to Richard's Bootstrap 2023 page and look at the, so they are correspond to the grid system here. SM, MD, so SM is around 576, so this is the one for XM, whereas XL is around 1200, so this is for XL. All right, so if you don't want to use them, you can always switch them off. Okay, and so on and so forth. As you can see, all of them are locked, so there's nothing you can do. Okay. Alright, when you select the layer, you can see the guides come up. So now we are going to use guides. We are not going to use grids. Okay, so we have guides are shown. If you switch off the guides are gone. If you switch on the guides are here. So we are going to use guides. Okay, and I show how to switch on and off layers. Okay, all the things we are going to do are going to be in XL layer. Okay. So let's go to the XL layer. There's something called file information. Okay. So let's switch off the file information. I don't need that. And let me zoom into the XL layer a little bit. And then here there's a Bootstrap grid. You can switch off everything and everything disappears. So let's unlock this, but lock each layer below. As you can see, I'm locking individual layers, and I can off the artboard information. Okay, and if I want, I can off the columns. If I want, I can off the gutter. If I want, I can off the shape as well. Okay. But the only thing I want to off is the artboard information. So switch that one off and keep the rest. Okay. All right. Before I even move on, I want to create a couple of. Let's see here. We want to create a couple of new groups inside the XL. So make sure you select the XL first. The information for the groups can be found. Here. All right, we are going to create a couple of groups, so let's do that together. So these are the group names. So the create group button is below here. So create a new group. Oops, sorry, for some reason I put it. Sorry, select a group below the XL and then create like 5 groups there, and then rename the first group by double clicking the first group. Let's call it background. Second group, let's call it title and top navigation. Third group, let's call this middle navigation. Fourth group, let's call this content, and the last group, call it curtain. Okay, so when we draw things that correspond to our sketch, we are going to put like background as a background. Background as a background. I like the top navigation as top navigation, the content as a content, and then we are going to put some effect to add texture to the page and call it curtain, so on and so forth. That's why we organize them into individual groups. Okay. All right. So before we even move on, let's create a new layer in background. Okay, and change the background to the color scheme that we chose. So come over here, look at the Excel. All right. Oh, before I even move on, I think I need to switch off this. No, but it will be covered, so it will be fine. Okay. So before I even move on, you realize that they give you like 4 different layouts. So in an ideal situation, you can actually design the layout of your website for different grid layouts in for Bootstrap, but just for the sake of time constraints, we're just going to design for Excel. But I just want to know that if you really want to go into details, you can design for each individual grids. Okay. Yep. That's that for now. All right. So select the background layer, and on the plus sign below here, create a new layer, and rename this new layer to background. Okay, yeah, background group and background layer, and then we are going to change the so we capture all the colors just now in the color palette. So this one we are going to use as a background color 3339. Okay, you can copy, you can type it in, that's fine. Change the foreground layer to 3E339. Okay, you can type it in. I did a copy and paste, Control C, Control V, that's fine too. All right. And then choose your paint bucket tool. Paint bucket tool should be hidden below the gradient tool. Choose that, and then look for somewhere here that is not covered by anything, and click on it. As you can see, the whole background is changed to the background color that you like, which is kind of like dark coffee brown. Okay, really dark coffee brown. So that's what we like to do. All right. Save your work. As you can see, you are saving the work as index.psd file, so that you're not going to mess up the original file. If something goes wrong with the index.psd, you can always go back to look at the original file. Okay. All right, great. I don't want my video to be too long. I'm going to stop here. Yep, I'm going to stop here. That's a good place to stop. In the next video, we are going to create the guides. Okay, thanks for watching. See you soon.